Hey everybody, it's Matty here with AltCoin Buzz with you on this Tuesday. Hope you're having a very nice one so far. Okay, so today we're talking about all kinds of updates around Digibyte, around Nulls. We're talking XRP and Nexo and Litecoin as well. But we're beginning with this big whale transaction that was noticed. $468 million worth of a crypto fortune was moved for less than $400. This courtesy of thenextweb.com. This is a pretty fantastic meme, by the way. If you recognize it, you're an individual of my age approximately, you'll realize that this is a Free Willy iconography combined with Bitcoin and Satoshi Nakamoto, of course. But here's the story. A cryptocurrency whale has moved a groin-thumping Bitcoin fortune worth $468.5 million, and they paid just a few $100 for the pleasure. So courtesy of @WhaleAlert, $468.5 million transferred from unknown wallet to unknown wallet. You can click on the details here for more information if you so choose. This happened earlier today, and the Bitcoin network charged a transaction fee of just $374.98 to facilitate the transfer, demanded no identity documentation or permission, and asked minimal trust. $400 is certainly higher than some of the fees recently paid by other whales, but is still, of course, significantly lower than costs associated with traditional finance. And we're going to take a look at what those comparison costs would be right now. So we all know that Bitcoin is cheap, it's efficient, it's trustworthy. What if we were to use an alternative known as TransferWire? Well, that has become an alternative to international remittances via big banks, but unfortunately, and unlike Bitcoin, the service has a $1 million limit on money transfers. So already it's kind of useless for moving around $468 million at once. But just for the sake of comparison, how would it look for $1 million that you wanted to send over? Well, you send $1 million US. The calculation there in terms of fees at 0.36% is already going to cost you $3,628 on that $1 million. So somebody in Europe would receive 895,000 euros. So we're not talking about 468 million. We're talking about $1 million. And even at that, the cost is many times more than the 400 we saw earlier. But then even TransferWire is much more efficient than banks, because even with TransferWire, you could save up to $39,000 versus the average bank. We'll link to this article in the description below. Again, if you want to check out the details specifically of that transfer, check out @WhaleAlert on Twitter for all the additional information. Okay, on now to a rapid fire series of updates, starting with Digibyte @Digibyte Coin. We want to thank everyone who has supported the Digibyte Odocrypt fork. We are approaching 12,000 full blockchain node downloads of version 7.17.2. And for more information, sosumbra.com/GitHub release. Also, Digibyte tweeting to anyone having issues with Digibyte iOS or Android wallet. Number 1, back up your 12-word seed phrase. Number 2, make sure you have updated to the latest wallet version. Number 3, go to settings, sync blockchain, and resync your wallet. This should fix any issues you have, and hopefully that fixes yours out there in the AltCoin Buzz Army if you're experiencing any of those. Another Digibyte tweet. Warning, do not withdraw or deposit DGB on exchanges that have not confirmed upgrade to 7.17.2. You will encounter problems. If you need to withdraw from an exchange that has not confirmed, change to fiat or other coin first. List with confirmations. You can check out dgwiki.com. And for those of you that are fans of the Dusk network, you should already be following @Dusk Foundation on Twitter. They have a series of quick updates here. Tweet number 1, we are extremely proud to announce the public launch of our testnet Shin. Testnet Shin is the first publicly available implementation of the Dusk network protocol. Moving on to tweet number 2 now. Technical documentation can be found on our github.com/Dusk network. The README includes all you need to know. @Jules Desmond has prepared a node installation guide plus wallet video and installation video. Number 4, Dusk faucet is running on the Dusk network testnet. The faucet can be used to obtain Dusk for testing purposes. And finally, Testnet Shin monitoring tool is available. Obtain block times, transactions, threads, CPU load percentages, network latency errors, and more. Very good news with that series of updates, and congratulations to our friends over at the Dusk network. News now about Nulls. At Nulls on Twitter, our Nulls 2.0 main network is complete, and we will be upgrading from 1.0 mainnet to 2.0 mainnet soon. If you are a Nulls token holder or node operator, please read the following announcement on medium.com. And here, again, at Nulls tweeting, KuCoin joins the Nulls ecosystem and becomes the Nulls mainnet node on the 12th of July. We're updating you on Nexo as well at Nexo Finance. 1 year after adding BNB for Nexo's instant crypto credit lines, we are migrating a part of Nexo tokens to the BEP2 protocol on the Binance chain to enable BNB Nexo trading and grow liquidity on Binance DEX, the leading exchange in the DEFI ecosystem. You can read about that on community.binance.org for all the information. The press release was put out here, proposal for listing Nexo on Binance DEX. And this tweet from a little bit earlier, July 26th, Nexo is thrilled to announce that Nexo tokens are now also available on the Binance chain. Nexo holders will have the option to deposit, withdraw, and switch between ERC20 and BEP2 at any time with zero fees and the opportunity to trade Nexo on at Binance DEX. On the 26th of July, Nexo published this news relating to Binance on medium.com. You can read about it here. Nexo is pleased to announce that it is further strengthening its relationship with Binance by migrating at least 10% of the Nexo token supply to the Binance chain. Nexo already has moved a portion of its Nexo tokens from the Ethereum blockchain, where tokens were issued under the ERC20 standard, to the BEP2 protocol of Binance's own blockchain called Binance Chain, which was launched in April 2019 and hosts the Binance DEX. This is the latest move in a year-long business relationship between Nexo and Binance, which began back in July of 2018, a year ago when Nexo became the first company to allow holders of Binance Coin to borrow against their cryptocurrency using instant crypto credit lines. And CZ Binance weighing in, Changpeng Zhao, a good example for integrating BNB in your ecosystem. Many thanks, responding to Nexo Finance's tweet in August of 2018. Ted Lin, the Binance Chief Growth Officer, had the following to say, quote, "It's delightful to see that more and more projects have chosen to migrate their tokens onto Binance Chain. We're happy to build a robust blockchain ecosystem together with Nexo." And you can read here about why Nexo is now also available on the Binance chain. There are a few reasons, including faster transactions, lower fees, and trading, of course, on the Binance DEX. Speaking of Nexo, Litecoin News is tweeting about them. This is not the Litecoin Foundation. We're talking about at the LTC News. We are thrilled to announce Litecoin as the newest collateral option for Nexo's instant credit lines. Litecoin holders can now access instant cash in 45 plus fiat currencies while keeping the upside potential of their Litecoin at Yisen ID. And to finish off the topic of Nexo, we're on medium.com again, reminding you that the upcoming Nexo dividend is on August 15th, 2019. This is an article from back in June. However, it certainly still applies. Nexo's board of directors is pleased to announce the next Nexo dividend distribution for the 15th of August 2019, subject to standard eligibility requirements for Nexo token holders. On the 1st of August, Nexo will announce the amount of the Nexo dividend, which will reflect the increased profitability of the Nexo enterprise. So just in a couple of days, they're going to be making that announcement. The ex-dividend date is the 5th of August 2019, as stated in an interview for CNBC by Nexo's managing partner, Anthony Trenchev. Nexo is seeing unprecedented demand for its signature instant crypto credit lines, which attests for sustained long-term profitability and ever-growing dividends for the Nexo token holders. If you are a Nexo token holder, you're being reminded here to check out all of the details to ensure you have taken all measures to benefit from Nexo's sharing 30% of its profits with the Nexo token holders. Giving back to the blockchain community is of the utmost importance to Nexo, and this is what decentralized finance, DeFi, is ultimately all about. So here's a graph that puts it all together if you'd like to study that. Nexo would like to remind you of its innovative dividend distribution methodology that rewards a long-term investor confidence in Nexo and also decreases market volatility around ex-dividend dates. This approach results in the dividend profit sharing to be split into two parts. You have your base dividend, which is paid paid out to all eligible token holders proportionally to their Nexo token holdings. And you have the loyalty dividend paid out individually for each Nexo token based on how long it has been in the Nexo wallet from one ex-dividend date to the next. The share of the loyalty dividend will be no less than 1/3 of the total dividend amount to be distributed in any given period. And that about wraps it up for the news today, everybody. Do be sure you're following us on all the regular social media channels and keep checking back into our website, altcoinbuzz.io, where you can also, don't forget, sign up for our newsletter. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead, like, subscribe, share, hit the bell to receive notifications. All the very best of luck if you choose to invest on this Tuesday. But as always, members of the Altcoin Buzz Army, I hope you have a fantastic day, a great midweek here, and we do hope to see you again soon in our next video. Take care.